Horns up and welcome to a brand new episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. In India, lemons are actually quite an exotic ingredient while they are common in a lot of other parts of the world. Limes are actually more common in India. Anyway, my wife asked her dad to bring 4 lemons for us from one of his foreign visits, and he was generous enough to bring us 24 lemons. So we are well stocked up on lemons, and I thought to myself, what can I make? And you know what? I thought it's time to make another keto dessert. So today we're going to be cooking up a delicious lemon and ricotta cake using almond flour, and trust me, this is going to be delicious, or at least I hope so. Fingers crossed, because I have never made this recipe before. This is the first time I'm making it and I am nervous. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, let's go and make that lemon ricotta cake. So the first thing we're going to do is preheat our oven to 160 degrees Celsius. The next thing I'm going to do is take my almond flour and add my baking powder to it and give it all a good mix with a fork, and of course break up any lumps of almond flour that are there in this, because you want a nice smooth almond flour. This will assist in a better texture for the cake batter. The next thing I'm going to do is get a mixing bowl and add some room temperature butter to it. I'm also going to add in my keto sweetener, and I'm using Sucrin Gold, and I'm going to add in about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then I'm going to give this all a good mix. This process is called creaming together the butter and the sugar, but we are of course using our keto sugar, so to speak. And also with keto sweeteners like erythritol and Sucrin Gold, you want to powder it in your blender before using it, so you don't get bits of it in your cake at the end of it, because they don't really dissolve very easily. Anyway, once that's done, I'm going to add in my ricotta cheese. I'm going to add in the zest of the lemon, and I'm going to add in some lemon juice, and then give that all a good mix. And anyway, don't freak out if the batter looks a little odd. I think that's how it's supposed to be. Next, I'm going to crack in 1 egg, and then I'm going to give it another good mix. And I'm not really sure why I'm doing this, but I'm just doing it. Then I'm going to add in the remaining 2 eggs and give it all another good mix. And then finally, I'm going to add in my almond flour in 2 batches and give it all another good mix. Now I thought this would come together more like a cake batter consistency. I don't know if I've done anything wrong, but hopefully when it bakes it should all be fine. Anyway, once that's done, I'm going to take my cake tin and I'm going to put in some parchment paper at the bottom, and then I'm just going to brush the sides of it with some butter. This is to ensure that the cake comes out nice and easily once it's baked. Anyway, once that's done, it's time to pour in the cake batter into the cake tin. And then it goes into the oven for about 50 to 60 minutes to cook. Anyway, once the cake has been baking for an hour, remove it from the oven and then just let it cool. But hey, it looks pretty good already. Now once the cake has cooled, it's time to take it out from the tin, and I'm just going to run a butter knife around the edges to ensure it comes out nice and smooth without, well, any of the cake sticking to the tin. And oh yeah, that looks pretty good if you ask me. Now I'm just going to garnish it using some fresh lemon slices. I don't know, it's just for decorative purposes. I don't really think I'm going to eat the lemon, but anyway, for beautiful looking photographs, add the lemon slices, and of course sprinkle on some sliced almonds. Like, just chop it up with your knife, or you can pre-buy them from the supermarket, whatever you want. It's just for some garnish and decoration. Of course you can eat the almonds, and then go ahead and cut yourself a nice slice of cake. And oh yeah, that looks pretty good if you ask me. Nice texture, nice color, and well, nothing else to do now except taste. Alright folks, so it's time to taste the cake, and I'm excited. Let me dig in. Okay, that's a big piece. It's moist, it's lemony, it's sweet, it's got a nice texture. That is some good cake. And I have to be honest, looking at the batter, I was a little worried because it didn't really look like a cake batter. But I think there is an alternative way to make the batter which will make it probably better. I'm going to try that sometime, but I'll put my thoughts on the blog post which you can find on headbangerskitchen.com. You will also find the written recipe and the macros for this cake on the website. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. I'm going to go and continue eating this delicious cake, and I will see you on the next episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Cheers and keep cooking. This is really good. Hey folks, what's your favorite cake in the whole world? Let me know in the comments below. I've got a couple of other cake recipes. Do check them out here on the YouTube channel, or you can find them on headbangerskitchen.com. Cake. Yummy.